at downtown Philadelphia. That's the side of our broadcast tonight. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, along with Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, David Aldridge on our sideline. It's our pleasure to welcome in the sports guy, Bill Simmons, to our broadcast for a second straight year. It's an honor to have you here courtside with us.
I'm just excited that I got brought back. I felt like I was on Brook Lopez on the one-year contract last year, and then now you've invited me back.
But you've
another one-year contract.
You've reinvented yourself, though.
Yeah,
you can hit outside comments.
I tried to expand my range, you know, but so we'll see. We'll take it year by year.
We can't wait to hear it. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Richardson.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Joel Embiid and the Sixers have been through a lot in the last 5 years. At the beginning, there were so many losses on and off the court. But trust the process became a mantra, one that Embiid embraced. He said, I think a lot about what I went through, how it prepared me to be a better man. I really feel like I'm the process, and the process is about me. Kevin, the process has turned out quite well.
Thank you, David. Marcus Aldridge down in San Antonio once in the outs with the Spurs. Then he and Popovich came together. Conversation put them back on track. It says a lot about both of them.
Yeah, it says a lot about Pop's power to just have long meals with people and wear them down, because I think that's his secret.
And that's what
they just wrote a story about that. Yeah, he just takes people to dinner and orders a lot of courses.
Yeah.
And eventually, so it even worked with Aldridge.
But he always connects with his players.
He does.
Like, doesn't, right?
He's
got that great ability.
Except for Kawhi Leonard, who ditched him.
Which
and
I still can't figure out. Can you put your arms around that story?
I cannot. We'll never know.
Yeah. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Murray out there with White. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. And for Philadelphia, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. Cans it from downtown.
Lofty arc on that jumper helps Harris convert in the face of pressure.
Passes it to Aldridge. Kicks to White. Now the pass to DeRozan. Over Harris. DeRozan. That's good.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Because he's someone that you lean on at the offensive end. Establish him early.
Now here's Richardson. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Pass to Embiid. Fades. Yep, that one goes in there.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Murray against Simmons. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And he overshot that one, missing.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Simmons finds Harris. From outside, off the mark. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. It's a 3-point game. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Reason why, that opens up driving lanes, makes it dangerous for teams to W in the post. The offense becomes more dynamic.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Richardson.
We talk a lot about second-round picks coming in and making a difference. Josh Richardson is one of those guys, and he was rewarded financially for it.
And Richardson drops them both. And the 76ers, Bill, going all in on trades last year, just a play or two away from advancing to the conference finals. They were in a Game 7, tied late, losing up in Toronto. Where do they go from here?
Make better trades. They had the most assets to turn into something really special last year, and I thought they really squandered it. I like the Butler trade. The Tobias Harris trade made no sense when they did it, and how it played out, I think, was even worse. They somehow ended up with no bench in a Game 7, even though they had all these draft picks and young guys to trade for bench guys.
Did you like their team better last year? They had Šarić and players like that they could. Bellinelli was on that.
It is one of those things where you think, like, if they had just done nothing, would they have been the same or better off? I don't know. I didn't like what they did. I thought they kind of panicked, and they acted like their window was about to close, and Simmons and Embiid are 25 and 22. Like, play the long game.
They may not have even opened the window
yet,
with the age of those two stars.
Yeah.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Embiid's got 5.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Spurs trail by 10. They get a hand on it. Aldridge, the pass to DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down.
That's what I like to see from DeMar DeRozan. He isn't settling for a jumper. He is going to the rim today.
Simmons looking it over. Harris outside. It's stolen by DeRozan. Over Harris. DeRozan's shot is off. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Horford, no luck. Spurs have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Richardson against White. Now DeRozan. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so don't doubt he's pleased with that.
And that free throw good from DeRozan.
The 9th pick in 2009, DeRozan was part of a great draft class. Griffin, Harden, and Curry all included.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. So with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, you have 2 players who consistently look to score in the paint.
Yep.
What's the best way, do you to blend those 2 talents?
Trade Ben Simmons. I think that would be the best way. I don't think long term that this is a fit together because he can't shoot. And you can cheat it, and you can have him move off screens, and you can have him try to establish the fast break and all that stuff. But we saw in the playoffs, when everything slows down, they didn't know where to put him on the basketball court. And he basically became Ben Wallace in the mid-2000s, like sending screens for people and rebounding. And for Embiid, I want to surround Embiid with shooters. I want to model a team like almost like Milwaukee did with Giannis. I want somebody who can handle the ball not only in fast break but half court too. And I just don't think they work together. I think there's a ceiling when you have those 2 guys as your best guys.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs, trailing by 10. Pass to White. Can't hit that one. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
You know, I love what the coaches did tonight. They pushed the right buttons time and time again.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Simmons. Another key contributor to that nice win against New York. Horford has a wide open look. That 3 off the mark. Spurs trail by 8. Outside DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down.
With a full head of steam in the open floor, there aren't many ways to stop DeRozan from scoring.
Up top, Simmons. He's covered by Murray. And Simmons kicks to Harris. Horford against Aldridge. Horford dishes to Harris. Horford trying to free himself up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on DeRozan.
Aggressive move by Harris. That quick first step gives him a real advantage.
Bill, it's no secret that your heart lies in Boston. Just what was it like growing up in and around that area?
Well, it's definitely the reason I like sports as much as I do, because it's so sports obsessed. A lot of it is cold weather stuff, I feel like, where there's 5 months a year that just stink, and then there's 3 other months that, you know, it's just smoking hot and humid. And so the sports makes everybody kind of crazy because you're crazy anyway. But there's nothing like being in Boston when something good's happening, like Celtics making an NBA playoff run, or the Bruins making a cup run, or the Red Sox in September when the Yankees are coming to town, or the Saturday before a Patriots game. You can kind of feel it as the community of it. That's the difference between here and a place like LA.
It's formed you as a professional, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah. And Harris drops them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Murray, the pass to Gay. Outside, White. Passes it to DeRozan. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Joel Embiid. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Second in blocks, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And as you said, 1 rung below the leader in block shots. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane. Just 4 to shoot. From deep 3-point range, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Spurs. The 76ers leading by 8. Now here's Simmons. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Here's Horford. Rebound by Murray.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Spurs trail by 10. Bill, you're a basketball historian. We know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know, you're out there, you're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing, because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they make the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
But what about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors, and we talked about, my goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the
fantastic
60s,
numbers.
70s, 80s.
Oh.
I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube, and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing defense.
Here's Simmons after Rudy Gay's bucket. Simmons with it. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Spurs trail by 12. The pass to Carroll. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
They are not short in confidence, but they can't get too carried away because it could cost them the game.
And stolen by Simmons. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Trey Lyles checked in for Pirtle. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. That's good from Simmons.
The first pick in the 2016 NBA draft, Simmons has been a phenomenal addition to our league.
Now here's Mills. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And here's Gay to halt the run. And Simmons with the rebound.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Scott can't get it to go.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Now here's Mills. Defense is right there. Off target with his three. And it's Burke with the ball for the 76ers. They lead by 17. And, Bill, we've seen more and more teams base their offenses around three-point shooters. Threes are at an all-time high. We know that. Should the NBA, that in mind, do anything to address this via any rule change? Which I don't know what that would mean, but it has been talked about.
I don't like changing. I think it's going to manifest itself with it doesn't work in the playoffs as well. And teams are going to slowly realize, like, that you need to blend an inside-outside game at least a little bit.
Well, you can't lose what the game is.
No,
it's bigs and smalls, it's inside, it's outside.
And it's still passing and unselfishness. The Warriors take a lot of threes, but they're the most unselfish team we have, and they create a lot of layups, and they play, they're really creative. And you just can't, that just can't be your thing is we shoot 53s, here's our offense. The problem is you're still going to get in these games where 2 points really matters, and that's what you saw with Kawhi in the playoffs last year. These games slow down, it's going to be a 92-89 ending, and your team needs to get 10 baskets in the fourth quarter. No matter how you're going to get them, you still need somebody who can do that too.
Here's Thibault. He had 10 points in the win against New York.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And technically it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
The 76ers leading by 18. Feeds it to O'Quinn. And that one is off. And the Spurs going the other way now. Carroll with the three. Bolden pulls it in. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Pass to Thibault. It's deflected. Second shot opportunity. Gay with the block.
A pretty good defender. Gay using that 7'3" wingspan well. Get that shot out of here.
Spurs trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Mills, and it's good for 2.
He's not someone who spends a ton of time in the painted area, but Patty Mills looking comfortable on that one.
Here's Burke. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Scott finds Burke. Now, here's O'Quinn. Shoots over Lyles. That misses off the backboard. The Spurs shooting just 35% to start the game. It's Carroll on the wing. Back to Mills. Puts up a three. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 16-6 run. Thibault, the pass to Scott. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
and it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Here's Mills. 76ers getting the bucket. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, good awareness from Mills. Catches the defender out of position, takes advantage.
The Spurs have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And he knocks down the first one.
And one of the game's best free throw shooters. It's a shame that Patty almost never gets to the line.
And both free throws good for Mills.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Now Burke. Pass to Scott. Out to the wing with 2 seconds left. And so it's Philadelphia with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We come back right after this. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
Coming from the place where, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. But people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and I just believed in it.
Yeah, wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Winning the turnover battle here early on, and you see that reflected in the score.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Mills at point with Bellinelli. They're the backcourt. Jamari Carroll is out there with Rudy Gay. And it's Lyles in at the 5 spot. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And it's Carroll with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. It's a 14-point game. And with the 2K Esports League bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can
so
see your
sneakers,
clothes. Maybe it's a hat. Maybe it's
drinks,
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement
Gloves.
deals? Where's our endorsement deal
Well, if they
money?
don't, we could probably make the stab for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right here.
I'm ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. And that one's good. Feibel.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Spurs trail by 15. And stolen by Burke. Down low. And that one's good. Thibault.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Now here's Mills. Burke covering. Mills can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Burke can't get it to go.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And the 3 ball is good. And that's now 8 points for Gay.
And that's just a good-looking shot. Gay's always had a good-looking jumper.
Burke, the pass to O'Quinn. It's stolen by Lyles. And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. Pass to Gay. And the pass to Bellinelli. Clock at 6. He's looking for Lyles and finds him. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. Here's Thibault. Bellinelli is covering, but they recover it. Here's O'Quinn. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And Bill, when it comes to NBA awards, some people have said voter fatigue is a factor. Would you agree with that?
No, I actually think NBA awards are in the best shape they've been in because people are afraid to screw up. You know, that with the internet and the accountability we have now.
Accountability, exactly. And there's nothing anonymous about it. I mean,
No. Yeah. And we have really good numbers and metrics now, and I actually think we make the right decisions with this stuff most of the time now. I didn't really see any egregious stuff last year other than the one person who voted Dwayne Wade for second team All-NBA.
You get a vote, don't you?
I do, and I take it really seriously.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. And
I really care
our
about
name is
it.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, like, when I wrote my book, I really relied on the All-NBA stuff. Like, they're a snapshot of what happened that season.
Good point. So it's San Antonio now. 76ers getting the bucket.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Thibault, the pass to Bolden. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Gay. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Carroll, no one around him. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Thibault. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Lyles. DeRozan comes in for DeMar Carroll. White, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And Murray's subbed in for Patty Mills.
I mean, that's a nice find by Murray. He has the height to see the floor, and his awareness continues to grow.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 7. And Harris gets it to go on the assist from Simmons. That's 7 points for Tobias Harris. Spurs trail by 20. Here's Murray. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I just love this kid's fearlessness. Goes right at him, draws contact. It doesn't matter to him.
Now here's Simmons. To the paint and stolen by Murray. Here's DeRozan and finished off by DeRozan.
When DeRozan gets to the rim like that, you know how it's going to end.
Philadelphia leading by 16. Simmons with it. uses the glass to finish the layup. Simmons got 9.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And San Antonio has possession. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
He dishes it to Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 5 here tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Spurs trail by 21. Outside Aldridge. DeRozan surveying the D. A 3 from Gay. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And DeRozan kicks to Gay. Offline with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Harris passes to Simmons. DeRozan against Harris. 5 on the clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Horford no luck.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Richardson kicks to Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Here's the 3. The rebound by the Spurs. And here's DeRozan. 10 points for him. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Simmons on the wing. Light covering. No good from Simmons.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And it's DeRozan missing. Philadelphia leading by 21. Richardson the pass to Horford. It's stolen by Harris. At the elbow, Horford. Here's Simmons. The shot, no good. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Nobody near Gay. And the shot is long.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Harris outside. Here's Simmons. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And 11 points for Ben Simmons.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Rudy Gay.
And a chance to check out the stats for Richardson. How last month turned out for him, averaging about 15 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds.
He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Embiid drives in. Comes up empty down low. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. Here's White. They can't stop the run with that one.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
San Antonio again missing.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Here's Simmons, and then Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes it.
The 76ers have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
Find the lane. One shot.
.144 left here in the second. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the rejection by Embiid. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. .135 left now here in the second. Pass to Murray. Back to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And entertaining as always, Bill. Thank you so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you. Just, I don't want to do any Celtic games. Can we not do that? I
They're
don't want
off
to see
the
that
schedule.
team. Let's do the other teams.
Okay. And, Steve, you get the sense that no NBA topic is off limits when you talk to Bill Simmons.
He gets the discussion going, whether you agree or disagree with him. That's part of what makes sports fun, having those debates. And sometimes we get to see the players in the debate on the court.
The first one falls. And Josh Richardson, a 3-and-D type player, recommitted himself last year, Smitty, to defense.
Kevin, he felt like he wasn't being impactful on the defensive end and vowed to amend that. He can be a nuisance with that reach, and he's put in that extra work to solidify his defensive presence.
And Richardson drops them both. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Now, here's Aldridge. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
Simmons dishes to Richardson. Back to Simmons. Over Murray. Horford trying to free himself up. Shots good by Simmons. Simmons got 16.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Passes it to White. 26 seconds left in the first half. DeRozan bounce pass. Here's Aldridge. It's hauled in by Harris. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. To the inside. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Embiid. Embiid's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Murray. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
Okay, we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
With everything Ben Simmons gives you, the scoring is gravy. But in the first half, he was aggressive with his offense, getting his shots to go down. A welcome sight for this team.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, it would be a different story. But if was the fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Yeah, in the first half, he took on the role of playmaker. I think it surprised the defense a little bit, gave this offense a different dimension.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so, in the game for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And there's the pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Over Pirtle. Up again, and Simmons is right there. Simmons got the first points to start out the third quarter for the 76ers.
Intent on keeping that possession alive, Simmons uses his height to his advantage.
Right side Aldridge. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 6 rebounds in the game. Simmons against DeRozan. Simmons passes to Harris. Embiid with it. Shoots over Pirtle. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Embiid's got 9.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
Shoots from 12. Murray, no good.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
Horford the pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Here's Horford, and again it's Philadelphia.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
Now here's Embiid. 9 points in the game so far. Horford trying to free himself up. Embiid, no good. And stolen by Richardson from about 16. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Richardson. And 11 points for Joel Embiid. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Now the spotlight usually is on the head coach. But Smitty, what makes for a great assistant coach on a staff in your eyes?
Well, I think when he have a great relationship with the coaches and also he has a great relationship with the players. I also love the assistant coaches that are very detailed. And also some of those guys, they have great insight on what a coach can see. It's still a team, and there's some great assistants out there.
Here's Murray following the basket by Al Horford. Can't cash in from close range.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Now here is Harris. 10 points for him. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you.
Shooting one.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
Last season, it took some time for the Spurs to gel with the early injuries and new faces. They played their best basketball down the stretch, took the second-seeded Nuggets to 7 games.
Richardson against White. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. In the back half of last season, the Spurs posting a 9-game winning streak. Steve, what changed for them?
You know, Kevin, for me, they toughened up their defense. They moved Jakob Poeltl into the starting lineup at the 5 position. And they found that chemistry and they got going.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Scott's checked in. Lyles checked in for San Antonio. Gay comes in for White. Now here's Murray. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Simmons with the defensive effort.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Scott kicks to Simmons. Back to Scott. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. DeRozan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Murray outside. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Murray's got 6 points.
And with those points, he's able to stop a 15-0 run by Philadelphia.
Down low. Embiid, the pass to Horford. Shoots over Lyles. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
And stolen by Simmons. And Embiid throws it down.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
The Spurs shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. And Murray, here we go.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Simmons with it, now guarded by Murray. Simmons passes to Richardson. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Horford trying to free himself up. They grab their own miss. It's good. 18 points for Joel Embiid.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Murray against Simmons. Gay outside. 6 to shoot. Here's DeRozan. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Philadelphia. It's a 21-2 run, totally rolling here. And Simmons kicks to Scott. High post, Embiid. To the middle, here's Simmons. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for 1 more at the line.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Damari Carroll's checked in for Poeltl, and it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
Now here's Mills. Left side, DeRozan. Tries again, and it's sent back by Horford. The drive by... Oh, my goodness!
Did you see
what a play!
Unbelievable.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Mills with it, guarded by Simmons. And it's good, 2 points. Mills has got 6.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Here's Simmons, and yes, it's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Spurs shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. Here's DeRozan, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Scott has it in the corner. Here's Horford. Hits it from three-point range. Horford's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Horford. He's averaging 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
It's not the monster game that we see from him occasionally, but it's still incredibly impressive.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. And some changes here for the 76ers. Jonah Bolden's checked in for Horford. And it's Burke in for Mike Scott. Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. Pass to Mills. Back to Gay. Gets a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now here's Simmons. He's got 27. Pass to Thibault. Tries from the block. Here's O'Quinn. Makes it off the glass. O'Quinn's got his second basket of the game.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Mills passes to Carroll. The shot misses. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Inside, it's stolen by Bellinelli. 3-on-3. The 19-foot shot. The shot by Carroll, no good. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Now, here's O'Quinn. Got him with the pump fake. Savvy move right there. O'Quinn's got 4 this quarter.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Reason why momentum can flip so quickly. We see it time and time again. Teams giving up big leads.
Here's Mills. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Good. Mills has got 8 points.
Nice choice by Mills, a guy who loves the pull-up jumper. The floater is very close to that.
Bellinelli against Simmons. Passes it to O'Quinn. Here's Burke. Misses the 3. Tobias Harris is checked in for the 76ers. The Spurs also with the sub. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Lyles. The Spurs shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. Now here's Mills. Defense right on him. Shot from 12. Bolden pulls it in. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
And he makes the first. Well, last season, the NBA expanded the three-point shootout contest to 10 contestants at All-Star Weekend. Smitty, do you ever wish that you'd had another shot at it?
Yes, indeed, Kevin. I didn't shoot it as well as I wanted to in that contest. Whether they added 10 or more or 20 players, I just wish I had another shot. But it's over, and now I can dream about it.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
The Spurs with the league's longest active playoff streak, 22 years and running, not to mention 5 titles in that span. No wonder the Spurs are viewed as the league's model franchise.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's O'Quinn. 6 points for him. And that's on a bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. .119 left in the third. A nice shot by Harris. Well, Steve, the Spurs are so well run. If they played in a top 5 market, they might be the most popular team in the NBA by now.
You know what, Kevin? They probably would, but this is the way this organization likes it. They like to be quiet and under the radar. They like to sustain success, and they like to build a great culture. At the same time, the small market is really a part of their culture.
Philadelphia has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Burke looking over the floor. The pass to Harris. Here's Bolden over Gay. Bolden can't get it to go. Gay inside. Harris is there. That's good from Gay on the assist by Mills. Mills has got assist number 5 here tonight. Now here's Burke, covered by Mills. Burke kicks to Harris. Bolden passes to Harris. Baseline jumper, and the jumper is good. Harris has got 4 points this quarter.
Just a solid all-around jump shooter. Tobias working over that mid-range area.
Mills. Here's Gay. Count it.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Now Burke. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Philadelphia ahead, opening up a huge gap. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the floor for San Antonio starting the 4th quarter. Aldridge out there with Damari Carroll. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Mills in at the 1. And that one's good. Korkmaz.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Mills. Shoots over Burke. Misses off the right iron. Ennis taking his time here. Pass to Burke. It's stolen by Carroll. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Smitty, the NBA now permitting teams to sell international sponsorships. I mean, the league just continues to grow globally.
They have done a fantastic job. Teams can now enhance their visibility with this deal, and their internet makes this all possible when you get a chance to watch these teams all over the world.
Yeah, that's a good point. First one falls for him. The Spurs making a switch here. Myrtle's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. Outside Aldridge. Back to Mills. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson, a wide open look. Good on the three-point shot. Johnson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Now here's Burke. Shoots it. That one wide left.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Bellinelli dishes to Aldridge. Another shot, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
The insane wingspan of Aldridge, helping him beat people to rebounds.
Walker's checked in for San Antonio. Bryn Forbes comes in for Patty Mills.
One shot.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Burke. Here's Korkmaz. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point. When it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And for a team's schedule that includes 4 games and 5 nights, sports writers have introduced the term schedule losses. due to fatigue. I just don't think that's very good, but it's the reality right now.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes, Kevin, you know these games, you travel a lot. Your legs are just done, and that's when you have to rely on a total team, play more guys. But it happens. You can't get out of this quicksand. You're going to have those type of losses.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Walker. Teardrop shot. It's not going to go for him. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And that one's good. Korkmaz.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Now here's Walker. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Holden's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And that one's good. Korkmaz. Korkmaz has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
And the Spurs with possession here after the Sixers pick up 2. Walker the pass to Pirtle. The dish to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Walker. Goes back up. In deep. Aldridge drops it in.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Aldridge definitely knows what to do with it when he gets it.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Burke kicks to Korkmaz. Pass to O'Quinn. Shoots over Pirtle. O'Quinn can't hit. The Spurs have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here is Forbes. Johnson for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Cutting his teeth in the Spurs system, Forbes has improved at keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now here's Burke. Passes to Bolden. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25. Just something in place to help these guys, especially some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Mike Scott's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Raul Neto's subbed in for Burke. The Spurs also with the sub. Isles checked in and stolen by Aldridge. They're running. And a wide open look for Walker. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's the pass to Scott. Back to Neto. 3-pointer. Rebounded by the Spurs. Lyles got his 6th rebound on the night. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Outside, Walker. Pass to Aldridge. Here is Forbes. Here's Lyles. That one good for 2.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Bolden. Over Aldridge. And that one goes long.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
That's tipped. Scott the pass to Bolden. Over Aldridge. Bolden can't get it to go.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally. Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
They could use a bucket, and he hits the jump shot. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Walker against Scott, and it's blocked. And the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot, instead a shooting foul, and we'll see free throws coming up right here. You know, Smitty, Commissioner Adam Silver has been outspoken in saying there will be a female NBA head coach, and he says it's on him to help it happen sooner than later. And Steve, we already see many women in various categories in the NBA all over the league right now.
So true, Kevin. I love the diversity, and it's much needed in our league. And I would say Adam Silver has done a great job of taking us in that direction.
With the NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty, they'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking a lot about, you know, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
Here's Neto, and finished off by Scott.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Spurs have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. And Forbes kicks to Walker, passes it to Aldridge. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, he's standing 6'11" with a 7'5" wingspan. LaMarcus Aldridge prefers playing power forward, but make no mistake, he has the size to hang with the big dogs at center.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Aldridge. And with his height and reach, not many that can block Aldridge's turnaround jumper.
His release on his jump shot is so high. The rainbow art, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. You know, Steve, the business part of the NBA, very strong. But Commissioner Silver doesn't want to be complacent either.
No, he doesn't. He's always been forward thinking. They're doing a good job of being proactive and doing a good job of just throwing out ideas. And what I love the most, Kevin, working with the Players Association.
I'm with you. Here is Forbes. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
And the Spurs with possession here. 76ers getting the bucket. Lyles passes to Johnson. 5 to shoot. And now the 76ers on the break. Here's Korkmaz, and he makes good on the layup.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for San Antonio. Stripped it away. Now the pass to Bolden. Rebound San Antonio.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Here's Aldridge. That's tipped. Here's Bolden. Ennis with the ball. Out to the right wing. Neto kicks to Korkmaz. No good on the 3. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Forbes. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Scott. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Count the basket. Korkmaz has got 13 points in the second half.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
San Antonio with the ball. Knocked loose. On the wing, Scott. And the 76ers get it back. Second chance shot. It's blocked. Johnson outside. Well, a lot of progress being made from a technical standpoint. You can't escape it, Steve. Shoes now that can tighten themselves without laces, changing colors. Have you gotten yourself a pair yet?
Yeah, Kevin, I haven't, but I've bought a lot of pair for my kids. I do like these type of shoes where there are no shoelaces. I'm a little lazy right now, Kevin, but I love the technology that are going into shoes right now.
Now, here's Walker. Shot's good by Lyles.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
On the wing, Johnson. Lots of room. Korkmaz grabs the miss.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Mike Scott. The Spurs also with the sub. Carroll's checked in. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ben Simmons.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
Ennis, good.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Up top, Walker. Bolden pulls it in.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
Here's Neto. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a five-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.